Read this funny story about a young boy who's kidnapped by two men. They demand ransom from the boy's father in return for his release, but what happened after that is totally unexpected. So, children, now we begin with the story, and this is a very funny story about a young boy who was kidnapped by two men, as I told right now. And these two men who kidnapped this boy, they demanded a ransom. Ransom is the amount, okay? When you kidnap somebody, when you capture somebody, and to release that particular person, the people who kidnap or the person who kidnaps demands money in return. So similarly, these men also, they demanded a ransom from this boy's father. But what happens? Okay, did they get the ransom in return for his release, or the tables totally turned? Right? This is the story, a very funny, very humorous story. And this story, it is a mix of reality and imagination. And the narrator is the person who narrates the story. He is trying to exaggerate the situation so that the story could be humorous. So when the story begins, we find that we means who are we? We is Bill Driscoll and Sam. Myself कौन है? Sam है. And these two men, they have kidnapped a child, right? तो वो बता रहे हैं कि किस तरह से उन्होंने प्लान करा किडनैपिंग की और कहाँ से किडनैप करा. So we were down south in Alabama. Alabama is the southeastern US state. I have written there. See, Bill Driscoll and myself is the narrator Sam, when the kidnapping idea struck us. Okay, so they were in Alabama, and he and his friend Bill was there, and this idea of kidnapping, it came into their mind. There was a flat town down there and called Summit. Of course, by and large, its people were a harmless group of farmers. Now a small town was there and its name was Summit. और वो कहते हैं कि वहाँ के लोग जो थे ना, they were farmers and they were very harmless. Okay, harmless means cool person. They did not believe in any kind of violence or something like that. Okay, they were not harmful. Bill and I had about $600 between us. We needed just $2,000 more to start off a fake land ownership scheme. Now see, the narrator, he says कि me and my friend Bill, we had $600. Now what was the idea behind kidnapping this young boy? Because they wanted more money, as they were starting a new business of fake land ownership. Okay, fake land ownership क्या होता है? फर्जी ज़मीनें खरीदी जाती हैं, उनके ओनर्स बन जाते हैं वो लोग, है ना, मालिकाना हक अपना, ठीक है, वो दिखाते हैं. दैट इज़ फेक लैंड ओनरशिप. तो कहते हैं कि अब ये बिज़नेस स्टार्ट करने में वी वर हैविंग $600 तो हमारे पास थे, राइट, लेकिन हमें $2,000 की और ज़रूरत थी ये हमारी फेक लैंड ओनरशिप स्कीम शुरू करने के लिए. सो वी डिस्कस दैट लव फॉर द चिल्ड्रन वॉज वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग अमंग द फार्मर्स, देयरफॉर किडनैपिंग प्रोजेक्ट वुड बी मोर सक्सेसफुल इन अ विलेज दैन इन अ सिटी. नाउ ही सेज कि हम दोनों ने डिस्कस करा, हमारी ये आइडिया स्ट्रक हुआ एकदम से माइंड में कि हम किडनैप कर लेते हैं, बिकॉज और इसी जगह से करते हैं. यहाँ के लोग फार्मर्स हैं, हार्मलेस हैं, हार्मफुल नहीं है, वायलेंट सॉर्ट ऑफ नहीं है, और अपने बच्चों को ना बहुत ज़्यादा प्यार करते हैं. दे लव द चिल्ड्रन अ लॉट, राइट. तो हमारा जो किडनैपिंग प्लान होगा, दैट वुड बी वेरी सक्सेसफुल इफ़ वी किडनैप एनी चाइल्ड फ्रॉम दिस विलेज, एंड we would surely get the ransom of $2,000. So we selected a victim. Victim is what? A person who's harmed. अपना शिकार उन्होंने सेलेक्ट करा, और वो कौन था? The only child of a prominent man named Ebenezer Dorset. अब they chose a small child, and he was he was a child of a very famous rich person of that place, Ebenezer Dorset. उनका बेटा था, बहुत famous person थे वो, और उनका only child था, तो surely they had this idea in their mind कि वो अपने बच्चे को ज़रूर बचाएंगे. The kid was a boy of 10 with freckles and dull red hair. अब वो जो बच्चा था, he was a 10 years old, freckles थे उसके, है ना, brown spots, marks थे, और उसके red hair थे. Bill and I were certain that Ebenezer would be willing to pay the ransom. Okay, और इन लोगों ने finalize कर लिया कि surely if we are going to kidnap this boy who's the only child of Ebenezer Dorset, surely Ebenezer, he is going to pay the ransom. He will pay the money to get his son released from us, from we kidnappers. So now what happens next? See. Now see, they made the plan and they also chose a place where they are going to hide themselves and hide their child. तो वो आगे बता रहे हैं नेक्स्ट पैरा में कि about 2 miles from summit at the back of a mountain was a cave. There we stored our supplies. कहते 2 miles summit जो small town था ना, from where they were planning to take that boy, to kidnap that boy. तो उसके पीछे mountain में एक cave थी और वहाँ पे हमने सारी supplies जो ज़रूरत का सामान था, okay, eatables and everything we had kept there, और बाकी जो भी ज़रूरत की चीज़ थी. One evening after sundown we drove past Dorset's house in a hired buggy. The meaning has been given ना, small vehicle होता है, जैसे golf खेलते में वो cart होती है ना, वैसे ही. The kid was in the street playing with the kitten. Now they had to implement their plan. तो कहते हैं आफ्टर द सनडाउन इज़ द सनसेट के बाद हम लोग डोरसेट के घर के सामने से निकले इन द हायर्ड मीन्स किराए पर ली उन्होंने एक बग्गी को. अब बग्गी तो किराए पर ले ली, अब उस बग्गी में उस बच्चे को डाल के दे हैव टू टेक that child to the cave where they could hide him. अब उस समय पूरी प्लानिंग थी उनकी, and the kid, he was playing in the street with a kitten. What is a kitten, beta? Kitten is the young one of a cat. The boy fought like a bear. Okay, अब जैसे bears होते हैं, बेयर तो समझते हो ना, बियर नहीं, बेयर्स. ओके, जैसे भालू वगैरह होते हैं, कितने खूंखार होते हैं. तो वो लड़का भी बड़ा ब्रेव था. व्हेन दे वो पिकिंग हिम आप, व्हेन दे वर किडनैपिंग हिम, बिल्कुल एक बेयर की तरह वो उनसे बहुत लड़ता है, राइट, फाइट करता है. बट एट लास्ट वी पुट हिम इन द बगी एंड ड्रोव अवे. लेकिन फाइनली एज दीज वर ग्रोन अप मैन, यंग मैन, स्ट्रॉन्ग मैन, एंड द चाइल्ड वॉज स्मॉल, दो ही ट्राई